I am a victim of the same social bullying. People have bullied me. They have drawn me with funny dresses which I don't wear.
Because those out there now who are misinforming Kenyans that the National Assembly wants to ban TikTok.
Vijana wengi hata naona kwenye mtandao wamepeleka habari ambazo sizo kuwa bunge hili linataka kuban kabisa TikTok, Mheshimiwa Spika.
Unakuniambia of all things in Kenya, au my MPs wameona tu waanze kuongelelea kuban TikTok.
Nataka ifahamike kuwa huo ni uongo.
We are not banning TikTok.
There are so many important matters inafaa zishughulikiwe kwa nchi yetu. Unaona? Mtu anafikiria tu, oh, wacha leo niende kwa parliament niongelele kuban TikTok. How do these MPs even think sometimes, yo?
Na jumba hili linataka kuweza kuweka mikakati ya kuweza kuhakikisha kuwa TikTok inatumika vizuri, Mheshimiwa Spika.
But we want to institute measures, and that is why we are saying this is a motion. This is not a law.
Alafu ni kizungu zingine hapo, kizungu unaona, hata kama you are learned, my friend.
And let me tell those out there who do not know, motions are not laws. And up and until the ministry comes up with a bill or regulations that will be gazetted that state how these social media platforms will be regulated, there is nothing that will change.
The important matters inafai uraise kwa hiyo parliament, things that will affect Kenyans ama your constituents positively. Atuna kuban TikTok bana. Hapo na wasijaribu hapo. Alafu kama wewe cheki, kama huyo MP anatoka kwenyu mumark. Huyo ndio ikifika 2027 toe pale kwa ballot box manzia kwenda huko nyumbani jo. Watu wanataka kutukazia freedom of speech. Hii TikTok tunakuja hapa kucheka hapa, mtu wacha ban TikTok Kenya jo. Ati mtu anaongelelea ati security, mtu anaongelelea personal privacy. Personal privacy na jo.
You can imagine how those women who are showcased having some affairs with some Russian character are feeling. Those are women with dignity. What would have happened if those women were Russian? What would have been? What would have happened? You can imagine that woman who is seeing herself in every social TikTok, every social media platform, her private parts, her body. You know, all what is going on, Mr. Speaker, is crazy. We have abandoned our social fabric for the sake of publicity. This must be stopped. And the only way to do it is not banning, it is regulating. Mr. Speaker, televisions had the freedom. To some extent, we had to regulate the content. Radio stations had their freedom. To some extent, we regulated the content. Even now, for this new media, we must regulate the content. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. They have called me names. They have branded me names. They have occupied my private space. But I thank God because I'm a strong girl, and I'm sure you know that, Mr. Speaker. I'm sure, Mr. Speaker, you know I am one of those.
Yes, Mr. Speaker knows Madam Wamuchomba is a strong girl. There's no question about that.
Very, very strong daughter of the mountain. But not every woman who is attacked like Wamuchomba will overcome. Not every bishop who is going to be attacked like Wamuchomba will overcome. Not every family man who is attacked like that bishop from my county will overcome. Mr. Speaker, this molestation of social media must come to an end. I am a victim of the same social bullying. People have bullied me. They have drawn me with funny dresses which I don't wear.
Look at the young Kenyans who are following the young man who was here the other day from the US. I Show Speed. How many of you knew who I Show Speed is? Because I must confess, I never knew who he is. I never knew until he was in Kenya. But my daughters, including my 8-year-old daughter, knew who I Show Speed is from these social media platforms, Honorable Speaker. It tells you, thank God that such a person who is being followed is not engaging in immorality or other pervasive things. Thank God. But what if they were following someone who is showing, what if that Russian who was in Nairobi and around the other day was doing those things and recording the women he was recording and sharing them on platforms that our children, our young school girls And in fact, you know, we only came to know it because he shared it on his Telegram. Was it Instagram or Telegram page? Instagram. Honorable Speaker, if you can add me 2 minutes. That is the danger, Honorable Speaker, that we are confronted with.
Mr. Speaker, let me tell you, TikTok is one of the social media platforms, has built personalities, has built celebrities, has built musicians, but on the same measure, it has demolished homes, crumbled down people's businesses, broken marriages, forced people to commit suicide, and many other adverse effects of negative publicity, Mr. Speaker. If this House cannot provide a solution on how we are going to move forward with TikTok and other social media, we are going to crumble churches, we are going to crumble mosques, we are going to finish and tear down the social fabric of this country. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether you know how many women have lost their families, their husbands, their children out of the publicity. In my community in the mountain, people call it chai. Chai is tea, where people publish fake news and they use every available social platform to defame members of parliament, to defame musicians, to defame bishops. Right now in my county, Mr. Speaker, there is a bishop who is under attack because of those fake news. One bishop in my county who started small, God has blessed him. He has risen to the levels of a bishop. And let me tell you, Mr. Speaker, people are now getting even into his bedroom. You can imagine when your children are watching their father being teared down on social platforms without control. Mr. Speaker, we cannot continue this way.
Many countries around the world, and we have always given the case example of Australia, where they have even regulated on age limit access to some of these social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, and this TikTok, Honorable Speaker. In this information age, misinformation, disinformation is now a daily thing. And you know, Honorable Speaker, very few people are able to distinguish what is real and what is fake, especially the AI-generated images and stuff that is AI-generated. And a lot of things are being spread on TikTok that are AI-generated. And I was rather amused the other day, Honorable Speaker, when my auntie, who is about 89 or 88, was showing me a video, and she was very keen with thick lenses of specs, telling me, you see the way this plane has crashed, and it did not kill anybody. So when I just looked at it, I told her, Auntie, this is AI. No, lakini ndege inaanguka na unaona ikianguka. Honorable Speaker, that is the age we are in. And many people around the world are not able to distinguish what is real, what is unreal. And that is the danger with social media platforms that are not regulated.
Kwa hiyo mimi nataka niwaambie vijana wa Kenya, sio kuwa nyinyi mnanyimwa kutumia TikTok lakini nataka iweko mikakati ambayo kwamba mtatumia TikTok vizuri ili muweze kujifaidi na kuendeleza maisha yenu, Mheshimiwa Spika. Lakini Mheshimiwa Spika, ikumbukwe kuwa China mpaka wa leo wameban kwao TikTok kwa sababu walijua ina madhara gani. Mimi ningependa niseme taifa hili kabla tungekuwa tumeanza kutumia TikTok ingekuwa tumeweka mikakati. Umeona sasa, ndio kwa hivyo unaona sasa hivi vijana wanaanza kubabaika, wanaona kama ajira zao zitapotea, lakini sivyo hivyo. Ni mikakati ya kuweka sheria ya kutumia TikTok vizuri. Tumeona watu wanawekwa kwenye masanduku majeneza kwa wamekufa, mtu mwingine ambaye hana ufahamu anaanza naye kupeleka hiyo information kuwa fulani amekufa wakati ambapo ni urongo. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, ni vijana wengi tu ambao wanapata ajira pale, wanapata senti zao pale na wanaweka content ambao ni nzuri sana za kuweza kuwasaidia na kuingiza kitu kidogo. Mheshimiwa Spika, tumeona vijana wengi wanafanya biashara, bidhaa zao, na hata sisi kama wabunge tumekuwa tukinunua kutoka kwao bidhaa zao, Mheshimiwa Spika, ambayo ni kitu kizuri sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Lakini pia kuna wengine ambao wanaitumia TikTok vibaya Mheshimiwa Spika. Utapata mama ya mtu pengine amewekwa uchi kwenye TikTok, anachekwa, mtu ampigwa picha bila kujua, bila idhini yake, imetumika kutumia content ambao si nzuri Mheshimiwa Spika, na watoto wadogo wakifika pale wanakutana na picha na video ambazo ni za kutamausha sana, ambazo zinawaharibu pia akili zao Mheshimiwa Spika.